All right, all right. Good afternoon, everybody. May the Lord bless you. You know, I'm praying that everybody's having a beautiful, blessed day as we give the Lord all the honor, the glory, and all the praise. We got a little Bible study right now. My title says, Don't Judge Me, but You Better Judge Me. Now, I know that might sound a little weird, don't judge me, but you better judge me. I want to go back to Matthew chapter 7, just a few verses 1 through 5. The reason why I want to go here, I had another question about judging. And my brothers and sisters, out of love, when I say this book right here, these verses 1 through 5 of Matthew chapter 7 is so mistaught, y'all. Because most people read verse 1 and say, Judge not, that ye be judged. This is what they do. A lot of people. Let me go to Matthew 7. Verse 1. Judge not, that ye be not judged. And they close the book. Don't even have an interest in looking at the rest of the scriptures. And that's sad. That's why it's so mistaught. Now, how oftentimes do we hear, don't judge me? People get rebuking mixed up with judging. And then when the Bible tells you to discern, to judge righteously, a lot of people don't understand that. This is why you can't stop with one scripture, with this word. It have to be rightly divided. So let's go to Matthew chapter 7. I got it on the screen up here, verses 1 through 5. We read verse 1. Let's read it again. Judge not, that ye be not judged. But look at verse 2. It says, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. Let's read verse 3. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in thy own eye? Let's read verse 4. It says, how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye? And verse 5 says, thou hypocrite. First, notice it says first, thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. So when you hear people say the Bible say don't judge and they stop right there, they're not rightly dividing the word. Once again, my title says don't judge me, but you better judge me. Notice verse 5 once again. He says, thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam of thine own eye, and then shall you see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Y'all, how clear is this? That's Matthew chapter 7, verses 1 through 5. May the Lord add a blessing to the readers and the hearers, and most of all, the doers of his holy word. Let me close those scriptures out. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Who was Jesus talking to at this point? Who were the hypocrites? Now, let me ask you another question. According to reading this, what we just read and understood, did Jesus say don't judge at all? Now, I wanted to ask you that because I want to tie this in with the word discernment. When you look at the word discernment, you're doing what? You're making a good judgment, pretty much. To discern, like the Bible say. This is why when you correct your brother or your sister, you do it out of love. To discern, to perceive with the eyes of the intellect. Detect, to recognize, to perceive. A lot of us, when we say this, oh, don't judge me. This is why most churches are so messed up. Because the ones that need to be discerning are not doing it at all. And you wonder why how the church buildings continue to get full of people and nobody is saying nothing because the Bible say don't judge. Well, when you break this down, Jesus just simply saying, yes, you do. But you do it out of love, a righteous judgment. But first, you must get the beam out of your own eye, K-Ray, like we talked about yesterday. Bless you, brother. May the Lord bless you. You got to first get your life in order. Can't be living a crazy lifestyle before you try to talk to your brother or your sister. This is what Jesus was saying. Then you notice in verse 5, he said, thou hypocrites. He had a big problem with hypocrites, Pharisees. Just like nowadays, we got modern day Pharisees in these churches with that same spirit. Oh, look at this. She ain't nothing but a hoe. And you done went home and hoed around. And then back in your day, you was the biggest hoe. We don't even want to show love to the sinners nowadays. I was telling K-Ray yesterday, some people we know, they just not going to change at all. You wasting time on people with a reprobated mind. But to the ones that truly change, why is it so many church folks want you to change overnight? And when half of them is still jacked up. So you got to clear your own life up first before you can be able to look in your brother's eye. The thing is, Jesus once made a statement, said, y'all judge by human standards. Y'all remember that? I judge not. Jesus came to keep sinners from, let me say it right, Jesus came to keep us out of all this confusion in hell. He came for the sinners, the lost. He came for the dope dealer, the homosexual, the drunk, the lesbian, the one that's getting high, the wicked. Did I say that right? The wicked. Did Jesus even come for the wicked? I'm going to let y'all answer that. Because God made a statement one time, said, if my people who are called by my name would turn from their wicked ways. He didn't say Satan people. God said my people. If my people who are called by my name would turn from their wicked ways, seek my face, pray, turn from their wicked ways, that's when they will hear from the heavens. I would forgive them and even heal their land. God was talking about his own people. We know what Israel was doing. And if you're a child of God and your lifestyle ain't matching up with this Bible and the way God say live, and you considering yourself, well, I'm a Christian and I'm still living the wicked lifestyle, well, you fit in that category too. See, the thing is, you never judge by appearance. I believe that was 1 Timothy chapter 5, maybe verse 24 or 25. Righteous judgment must be based on conclusive evidence, y'all. So when you break this down once again, Jesus was telling his followers how to live their lives also. And the command, do not judge, is following a warning, or you will be judged when you judge the wrong way. But what's going to happen to you if you're making a righteous judgment? The Lord is proud of you. Problem is, once again, most people don't understand that when you look at these scriptures, when you look at discerning, when you discerning, you still judging in so many ways. But you're judging righteously. Jesus explains what type of judging he is talking about in these scriptures. He is talking about the hypocritical type of judging that points out wrong in other people's life when you ignoring the wrong in your own life. That's what he was talking about. That's why he closed out verse 5 saying, thou hypocrites, take the beam out of your own eye first. Straighten up your life first, then you can tell your brother down the street, you know, man, you living wrong, man. Try to straighten up. You do it out of love. Let me say that again. You do it out of love. Let me say that again. You do it out of love. That's why when I judge the homosexual, I'm judging them righteous out of love. I don't want the homosexual condemned. I care for the homosexual. I love the homosexual. I don't agree with the sin. So I'm making a righteous judgment. I keep the beams pulled out of my eye because you know why? I got to look at myself in that mirror every day. It's a checkup. It's a checkup. If we would learn to examine our own selves, that's what Jesus was saying also. When we learn to examine our own selves and don't practice sin. See, a homosexual practice homosexuality, that's their sin. A drunk man practice getting drunk, that's his sin, drunkenness. A prostitute whores around and get money for sex, that's what she practice every day. Whoever you are and what your sin is, that's what you practice. But a child of God don't practice sinning. That's why people get mad when I do my videos on her, because I am looking at my brothers and my sisters with a clear eye and saying, you can change, you can be delivered, you can repent. But a lot of times you hear me say, I'm not judging. But I say that for a reason, because y'all that look at me all the time, now do y'all know what I mean by that? I am judging. Oh yeah. I'm judging in a righteous way. He closed that out once again, saying, thou hypocrites, first cast out the beam out of your own eye. Then you can be able to look clearly in your brother's eye. Jesus was telling his followers once again how to live their lives. And he commanded not to judge. But it turned around, that was a following, wasn't it? It was a warning, or you will be judged if you judge in the wrong way. That's what people leave out. So he was talking about, once again, that hypocritical type of judging that we see go on in most churches and most families. That's what he was talking about. So when you add all this up, if I, like me, let me just use myself for an example. If I wasn't right, I'm out here hoeing around. I got a different woman every day of the week. Why in the world I'm going to be trying to tell somebody else, oh man, you messed up, you going to hell, you ain't nothing but a hoe, you hoeing around, man. And I'm the biggest hoe than he is. That's what Jesus was talking about. I haven't pulled a beam out of my own eye. Also, I don't have no business trying to tell somebody else what to do. I want to judge the next person. That ain't right. So a lot of people use this passage right here. We're going to close now. A lot of people use these scriptures in this chapter and try to argue that it's wrong to make a moral judgment. No, it's not. You can't be making a moral judgment about the way people live. Yes, you can if you got your house in order. This is the thing. We close, y'all. How can people recognize they sin? And in order to be saved from their sin, how can they recognize it if they ain't told what it is that they are doing? That's one thing I loved about Jesus. He didn't beat people over the head with the word. He let them come to him as they were. You could have been a hoe. You could have been a demon-possessed man. You could have been wicked. You could have been whatever. Drunk. And Jesus would have approached you in the most lovable way. We don't understand that, do we? While we want to put people in hell, Jesus came to keep us out of that. So when we judge ourselves, we recognize we are sinful, and our approach to other people's sin is out of love. That's why when you see me on here loving the way I love, out of respect, because I understand what this means. So with that being said, y'all that know me, and for those that's in the spirit, if you see your boy JT slip up, please, y'all, I'm closed now for sure. I'm getting like some of these preachers. I done said I'm going to close about 4 times. But if you see me slipping, please judge the hell out of me. Please, I pray that you judge the hell out of me if you see me slipping up. I'm talking about the righteous folks, the ones who are in the spirit, who's living their lives according to this. If you see me fall, please judge the hell out of me. Some of y'all will catch this later on. Y'all take care.